Ladies, do not miss the biggest networking event in 2024. This Sunday, on February the 11th, the Super Bowl is the biggest networking event of 2024. And us ladies, we got to get into the game. So you're here. Let me give you the game plan on how to turn that event into social connections as well as contracts. Let's get into it. So I was talking to a couple of my business besties, and they were talking about how they are going to go to a couple of Super Bowl parties. One was talking about how she's really into the Super Bowl and it's her team playing. She's all for the 49ers. She was mad about the Ravens and all of this stuff. That's all fine and dandy. But we got to understand our goal and our purpose. So let me help you out. The Super Bowl is one of the most viewed and most congregated events of the year. Like, there will be over 100 million people gathering and watching this on TV, coming to hotels, going to sports bars. People will be having parties. And you need to get in on it. You need to get out of your comfort zone. This is a unique networking opportunity that we typically do not get, ladies. And so we have to be prepared and ready to go and go in with the right intention. We're not going to watch the game. Now, watching the game may be a benefit of it, but that's not our purpose in going. This is going to allow you to diversify your network as well as diversify your networking strategies. So we got to get out of the traditional setting of networking and get into some other ways to network. And let's think about this. This is going to be rooms filled with men, mostly. There will be women there, but there will be a lot of men. Men are typically the superintendents of the districts. Men are typically the principals, except for at the elementary level. But all in all, 90% of the leadership roles in the school system are taken by men. So these are men who have these roles, which is why it's so much easier for men to get contracts and why you find so many consultants who are men versus women. So let's understand, ladies, this is our time to shine. And I'm here to give you the tips on how to get it done. So I'm going to give you 6 tips. Y'all, I took notes for y'all, because I know what I'm going to do. I need to make sure you know what you're going to do. First of all, first problem, we got to make sure we're choosing the right venue. We have to make sure that we're going to locations that have professionals, that have a mix of people from different walks of life. No, you're not going to go into a space that has all school leaders or all administrators, but guess what? Everybody has a school leader or a school official in their family, and those connections are valuable. So you got to choose the right venue. You want one that's going to attract a professional crowd. And so if you're not going to an actual Super Bowl party that someone who you know invited you to, then you can definitely go to like an upscale sports bar or go to a hotel lobby, because those are people who are traveling. They're already professionals. Many of them are already consultants in different walks of life, and consultants know other consultants and connect with other consultants. Referrals are real in these networking streets, okay? So you can't just go to Cousin Ray Ray's house. If Cousin Ray Ray only got other Cousin Ray Rays there, it's okay to choose to go to a different Super Bowl event. Just say, I'm going to go to a different Super Bowl event. Or maybe you're going to do like me. You're going to host your own party. When you host your own party, you get to send invites out to people. And of course, you send more than you expect to come. So if you're looking for a crowd of 30, you can send out 50 invites, because about 30 will show up. And you want to make sure that you're giving a good mix. People from work, people from home, people from the family, people from other events that you've been to. So you want to give a good mix. But when you host your own party, you invite personal and professional contacts, but it also shows you as a leader. It shows you someone who thinks outside the box. It shows you as someone who pulls people together. And so that's always a good sign. And it also allows you, as the host of the party, to go around and talk to everyone in the room. Next, you got to be willing to accept invitations. You got to accept the invitations, and not just from your family members. Maybe someone from your job invited you to a Super Bowl party. Maybe someone invited you out to an upscale sports bar to go to a Super Bowl party with them. This is a time to get out of our comfort zone and to actually say yes to some of these things. Number four, I need you to dress to impress, ladies. What are we doing? This is not the time to go as a sports fan. It's okay if you wear some sports paraphernalia, but you need to dress it up. You need to look good. Plain and simple. When you look good, you feel good, and people like to work with people who look good. So dress to impress. Wear something that's going to spark conversation. Plain and simple. Think about the accessories that you can add on. Think about what you can do to your shirt or to your jersey to make you stand out. Is there something that you can do that will make your outfit, your what you choose to wear, a conversation piece? Number five. Now I need you to zone in on this one. I need you to come in on this one, okay? Have your elevator pitch ready. You already know that on the halftime show, during commercial break, before the Super Bowl starts, they are going to ask you, what do you do? And nobody has time to stand there while you fumble around for 2.5 minutes or for 40 seconds that feels like 2.5 minutes, trying to explain to them, I go to the schools and I'm an educational consultant and I help them. No, what do you do? What do you do? You need to have a quick elevator pitch, 30 seconds, no more than 30 seconds, that explains what it is you do. I help leaders to lead with confidence, clarity, and control, period. I help leaders to be their authentic selves. I help leaders to let their magic shine. Whatever the thing is that you do, it should not be long, it should not be complicated, and it should make them want to ask more, learn more, or if they're talking to someone over on the other side of the room, they will be able to say, oh, let me connect you with her because that's what she does. Oh, you all might need to talk because you all are in related fields. But if you're given an example or an elevator pitch that's so convoluted, they won't understand what you're talking about. Number six, follow up like a pro. You got to know how to follow up. How do we follow up? You've met the person, you've had some interesting conversation, plain and simple. People work with people that they like. People work with people that they like. When people like you, they will go out of their way to talk to you, to connect with you, to help you, and to support you. So people work with people that they like. At a Super Bowl party, this is a chance where you get to be yourself, you get to be genuine, you get to laugh, you get to joke, you don't have to be so stuffy and so uptight, and people get to see the real you. So you need to, once you've met them, you've had a great conversation, you have their name, it will be totally appropriate the next day to send them a LinkedIn invite. Say, I love chatting with you yesterday, interesting conversation, send the invite. Another thing you can do is suggest a coffee chat. Those are part of my favorite. I love coffee chats because they're non-intimidating and they're also they're not very salesy. So we might be having a conversation. Prime example, I was just having a conversation with someone about hanging there with me, the Congress having meetings on aliens. Now that was a weird topic. It was a weird topic. And because both of us had some experience, watched a few of the congressional trials, it was absolutely appropriate for me to say, this is a really great conversation, very refreshing. Do you mind if we set up a coffee chat? We both were involved and interested in something that was very, kind of, off kilter, kind of weird. And so we laughed about it and we set up a coffee chat. So it's okay to set up a coffee chat. But let me tell you a couple of things not to do. So I gave you 6 things to do. Choose the right venue. You can't just do what makes you comfortable. Get outside of your comfort zone and pick a place that's going to have professionals and personal connections. Number 2, accept invitations from other people. Don't just go with your old go-to. Number 3, host your own party. Number 4, make sure you're dressing to impress. Number 5, have your elevator pitch ready. And number 6, follow up like a pro. Follow up, people. But let me give you 3 do nots. Do not dominate the conversation. Let me say that I know we're women and we love to talk. Do not dominate the conversation. Do not drink too much. Do not drink too much. This is not the time to throw all of them back. You have to have control and be able to be in the conversation. Remember, we're going to the Super Bowl parties for the purpose of networking, not for the purpose just to have fun. And then number 3, don't oversell yourself. You can't talk so much about what you do and how great you are to the point where it's annoying or irritating. And make sure that you're listening more than you're talking. Because if you're listening, you're hearing things and you can insert yourself into conversations. So I hope this has been helpful. I want you to get your game face on and let's get out here and let's build some long-lasting relationships, some connections, but most of all, let's go out here and get us some contracts. Talk to y'all later.